So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. 'Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. This also goes for every Trinbagonian who gone to live in a foreign land. Now is the time to come home and do something, instead of staying out day and freezing. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
All rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the house, Anderson and Sheen.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Remember the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Alright, that's enough, that's enough. Settle down, settle down. Mr. Strain, you're only on line 1507, eh? Pick up the pace. You have plenty to do. Trinidad and Tobago, good afternoon.
This also goes for every Trinbagonian who going to live in.
On this Friday,
Now is
the 8th of August,
and do something
8-8.
instead of staying out there and freezing.
Hope everybody's doing well out there.
More than ever, we must show
As you lock into the Street 919 FM for your daily dose
and production
insight and healthy conversation.
to build a strong and better nation.
Welcome to another session of the Street Council. Yours truly, Speaker
That is the
Hashim the Dream presiding.
foundation.
Anderson shall be joining us shortly.
Let's work hand in hand, because this
It is our check-in time. You all know the vibes already.
is come my sister, and let us
Make sure you reach out.
together.
Anybody celebrating birthdays? Anybody have any good news to share? And we're gonna need some good news today because, oh boy, the story that that broke out last night. We're gonna get into it. Don't worry, we will get into it. But for now, let's get the check-in time. 342-0081 4665-391. Shout out to everybody on the live. Share it up on YouTube and Facebook, and of course www.thestreet919fm.com. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Hashim the Dreamer.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Papa Andy. I know he's absent for a while, but good afternoon.
Yeah, he'll be in a short time. In Mr. Lokata, how you doing?
Well, I'm in between because I'll tell you why. One, I'm still not satisfied with the responses for this thing, our health workers in uniform in public. Last time I had to run away from a regular as attendant now. They used to call them wardsmen in the earlier days. Okay, uniform and arena. I need to call somebody, and all I want to know if it is healthy for that, and you know.
What was the general question and inquiry you had for that? For the health workers?
I know there was a directive once some years ago, 2, 3, or 4 years ago, or maybe a little more, that uniform workers, when they've done work in the Ministry of Health, uniform workers, hospital workers, that you put away your uniform and you go home in your normal attire. You do not walk or congregate or go in a supermarket or anywhere market with your uniform. You don't work, there's a locker, or you put your uniform in your car and you go home with it. That's all I'm stating. That is for one. Right? And all we have to do is call one of the health authorities or the Ministry of Health and ask for a response. That you're asking that they are concerned some listeners of your program, if that directive is still on, because I never saw it written or even on the air that it has been lifted. That is one. The other one, I'm not talking about field literal thing again, because you run a whole sort of bio and field literal and the action again. You call the Ministry of Health here, or the Secretariat in the Prime Minister's office and ask them. You understand the nomination they are closed, but listeners asking for a waiver because of the tremendous contribution made by that gentleman on the pushing.
Yeah, if we can't get it this year, we're gonna spare ahead from now to
find out
for 2026. We dive in.
Republic Day is the award. It's gone from Independence to Republic, right? So, finally, what I want to say is about this crowd in the hospital ship yesterday. And I say in Norway, we have a serious some malnutrition problem here. Look at the percentage or the percentile of people who went there. Well, we'll have to say under the umbrella of sick or some illness. I want to really check it. Trinidadian people are getting small these days, because somehow, well, between the past 10 years, people have not been eating proper nutrition here again. There was a time everybody in Trinidad had a big size. Now when you walk the streets, everybody watching to you to see if you get small now. And because of the hardship are taken for the past 10 years. So we need a nutrition drive from the schools, because we, as a school child, I know, we get egg in school, again milk and biscuit. People who grew up in my time, I don't know after. I'm talking about it from what we used to call it 4CS students at elementary school. Right? So we had a proper foundation from the 60s coming up. So I know this is a caring government. As I say, the Prime Minister is a moral philosopher, and all that means is a person who cares about people, a moral philosopher. And we have to look at the nutrition in this country. I wanted to go, and I said, thank God I didn't go, because the amount of rain fell up here on my side yesterday. And while watching the news last night, I seen this crowd. I said, well, thank God I didn't go, because if they feel cartel had crowd, that crowd was almost bigger than the cartel crowd. Wow. All Vibes Cartel yesterday.
It's serious?
Yeah. So we need some health check had to be done over the health of this nation, and it quickly dawned upon me that it's poor nutrition, and I really realized a lot of people losing weight in this country. Yeah. So I ain't saying we're starving, but somehow the nutritious value of this country, or the population, the population has dwindled or descended. Right? So that's what I have to say. But so otherwise, well, I had some rain in the locality here this morning, but the sun is out, and our next problem I have with water here now. For the past 3 or 4 days, I was watching my news alert, and I think it's some line, and every 2-3 months you have to pick some line and repair a line somewhere in Valencia, and people in my area here we suffer, right? Because of that. According to Louis Farrakhan, it's too much of sufferance, man. Yeah. Okay, brother. So well here, and I want Andy to hear this one, because I know he coming with his bag of soca tricks this afternoon.
What? You have a request for him, or?
Well, he mustn't. But he mustn't sit on the soca, or you mustn't sit on the soca also.
Well, you know what? You know that's not me. I push art for him first.
Yeah, well, that was the literal tagline. Do not sit. After he finishes a shift, he said, "Do not sit on the soca." But my tune for today, my tune of choice is "You Think It's Soft" by Lancelot Lane. Lancelot Lane, and the tune is "You Think It's Soft," and that soft is SORF. You know, he was the godfather of Rapso.
SORF.
You think TINK, I think it's you think YOU think TINK, and you think it's soft, but soft in this case is So, brother, I thank you. Let's go. You are not a bright spark. You are a bright spark in this industry right now. And finally, I want to say for this session is that I don't know, when I sat on my chair and I think about it, broadcasters and DJ announcers don't really get much appreciation in this land as far as national awards. Because the only one who got an award, as far as I remember, in terms of announcers, is this Dave Elcock. And Phil Littrell did 1,000 times more for local music than Dave Elcock, because Dave Elcock was more sentimental man. He would play more sentimental local music. But Phil Littrell was a ring-dong soca lover and a pan lover. And a parang lover too. Brother, later,
Mr. Locketa.
Not sit on the soca.
Of course, never that. Alright, I'll the tune line up here. Make sure Anderson have it. Or at the very least, I'm going to try to play it for you before we get into the music segment. Maybe we'll play it at the top. It shouldn't be too hard to do. As for the health thing, guys, if you are looking to better your health, you know, we have a very avid health expert by the name of Mr. Aloy Johnson, who is the founder of the healthiest corner on earth. It's located at 92 East Drive, Chamfleur. And he's actually on every Wednesday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on the Street 919 FM. And he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than you would have been led to believe. So whenever you're out in the morning on that morning commute to work and you're not too sure how to relegate your body to eating a little bit healthier today, maybe tune in on a Wednesday. Hear what our brother Aloy has to say. 10 minutes to the hour of 1. I'm warning you guys now, it's going to be a bit of a heavy hour in the next hour, because the story that hit our desk this morning is certainly a sad one, but it's definitely one we need to address. And as Lohoketa has brought up the conversation of health, yeah, just know that some health workers going to get lamblashed today. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
I fear to find with some isolated showers. I'm looking at the post-cabinet meeting results yesterday. I'm happy to hear all the advances. I'm happy to hear how the cabinet meetings are being addressed. Let the ministers come and account to the people. You understand? Which is good. I'm happy to hear about Anansi. Yeah, from the Ministry of Public Administration and AI, or what they call it. And maybe we need to get some more clarification how to properly access something, because there is a nice portal, and to hear, you know, just now you go pay your ticket online and them kind of things. So I'm happy. I've seen some progress all around the place. You understand? So I'm happy for those. Just keep up the good work, and I hope that sooner than later we can get all the situations under control and get moving again. What I'm happy for is that we could strategize to move our statue Tuesday evening, Wednesday night it gone. And I hope that those in authority could do the same thing, to strategize to clean the city overnight and have it done by Monday morning. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, some nice positive reinforcements there. Glad that the Parliament was productive yesterday. Lohakata, I know you're listening. Took a little deeper dive into the health thing. Apparently, at least as it stands now, dress code policies for these officers, there doesn't seem to be any regulation in place to don civilian clothes when off duty. Globally, institutions like NHS discourage wearing clinical uniforms outside of work, except if you're like, you know, community healthcare worker, you know, traveling in, you have to travel in uniform and things like that. But it doesn't seem to be a thing currently in Sweet TNT. But one thing I definitely wish was not commonplace
to build
Sweet TNT
strong and better nation.
is the strange passings of people, patients
Nation.
in our healthcare system.
Come, let us work hand in hand,
Guys,
because this is our land,
this next hour about to be tough.
my sister, and let us build a nation.
So some of y'all may have already seen what we're about to get into. And in case you haven't, check your nearest news outlet. The news has broken. San Fernando Training Hospital being called into question for the death of a 6-year-old boy who was originally admitted to be treated for a cough.
So much of things that we need to see about. Surely,
I watched the video this morning, guys. It's
cause you know as well as I do,
I don't want to dive too into it. We have about a minute until we have to pay some bills.
put in more effort and less.
But check your news stations
More than ever we must show.
or follow the hashtag Justice for Jasha Francois, and
Build
I'm sure you'll find the clip.
and better nation.
Take some time and
I say,
get the rundown of things, okay?
foundation.
And we're gonna dive into it and ask some questions in this next hour.
Cause this is our land.
All right.
Come my brother, come my sister.
So stick and stay. Don't go anywhere.
The nation.
We're gonna pay these bills and be right back. Hopefully, we will hear from Anderson in the next hour as well. So don't go anywhere. The council shall return.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show this is.
All right, guys, we're back into it.
And production.
Street Council is live.
A strong and
Special good afternoon to everybody if you're just joining in.
that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So much of things.
Special good afternoon to those just tuning in on YouTube. Please remember to share the live, like the live.
Surely I do have to spell them out.
Join the conversation. Good afternoon to those on WhatsApp. Let me pull up the WhatsApp chat so they can't say I did not address anybody in the messages. Boom. All right. Yes. Good afternoon to our WhatsApp contributors. Phoenix. Ain't heard from you in a hot minute, so Dr. Wakanda, good afternoon.
A strong and better nation.
And all our listeners on the outside, still no word from President.
So come, let us.
Anyone with the necessary contacts,
This is our
let us know that he is okay.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Your contributions are missed, my friend. You are simply taking a back seat. Just let us know. And of course, our other listeners, Mr. Claxton Bay, Truckman, the Sky. Shout out to Granny. Miss Henry, good afternoon. Delicious. I hope you get a second paycheck this month.
This all is for every Trinbagonian who going to live in a foreign land.
Let's dive in, right?
Now is the time to come home and do
Just warning all you, this might be triggering for some.
instead of staying out there and freezing.
The story is fresh, so the details are still very
And ever
they're still coming in. But
discipline,
we're gonna get into it, all right?
production,
I ask you to hold the calls for now
build
as we dive into
and
today's story.
I say
I'll be taking calls in a while.
is the main
But yeah, guys, last night story broke that 6-year-old boy by the name of Joshua Francois has passed away under mysterious circumstances at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has instructed that a full and urgent investigation be conducted into the matter. There was a statement made by the Ministry of Health, which says that Minister Dr. Lakram Bodo has taken immediate steps into initiating the investigation to ensure that all relevant facts are gathered swiftly and transparently. In the statement, it said, the Prime Minister and Minister of Health extends the deepest condolences to the Francois family on the passing of 6-year-old Joshua and recognize the profound pain of losing a child and extend sincere wishes for comfort and resilience during this time of grief, adding that the Ministry of Health remains committed to accountability and prioritizing well-being of its citizens, etc., etc. So I took in young Joshua's parents. They went live on Facebook, basically giving a rundown of what happened. It is very hard to watch, guys. So if you're not strong of stomach, I recommend just taking the bullet points. But social media has been sharing it has been making its rounds. Several relevant people have been posting, Ian Allen being one of them. And the thing is, what is mysterious about this whole thing is that Joshua just had a cough, and was brought in just routine. According to his parents, they wanted to just keep him overnight for observation. As I'm listening to the story, God, what was the name of the thing? They had an IV injected into him, and it was it magnesium sulfate? I can't quite remember. Let me make sure I have the right thing. But yeah, he was injected with something, magnesium phosphate, I believe it was. I will go back and look at and get the correct name. But yeah, and according to his father, it irritated him. He asked for it to be removed. It was bothering him severely. While overseeing him, while watching him, he started throwing up.
In short, this is what
and
I have to say.
Before the end of the day,
Let us forget
the boy was no longer with us.
concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to read. Because now, more than ever,
It is really hard to hear these stories. And the thing is, this is not the first time we've heard of something like this happening in our healthcare system.
I say that is the meaning.
And I'm sitting there watching the video.
So come, let us walk hand in hand.
Mother said she rushed back to the hospital.
Our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister.
And a team of so-called medical professionals just watching this boy's lifeless body, and she having the gumption to ask, is anybody training resuscitating people and children? The doctor's just saying, yeah, they have one person, and the person apparently is just standing there with their arms folded. According to Joshua's mother.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard.
I'm not sure if it is
Forget all your
that people in our healthcare system are just trained to not have empathy.
progress, we surely will. Because now, more than
Because you hear the stories, guys.
discipline,
It's not just a one isolated health institute. Yep, it is all around the country.
better nation. I say
And
That is the main foundation. So come let us.
It really does just
This is our land. Come my brother, come my sister.
make you sick sometimes.
Let us build a nation together.
Hospitals are supposed to help cure our ailments, treat our ailments. And this was a young, healthy child. How could his parents have ever expected him to never walk out of that hospital?
So much of things that we need to see about.
All he had was a cough.
Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do.
How does a person go from a cough, responding properly when doctors ask him questions,
Because now
to no longer breathing in the course of less than a day?
discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong
That cannot be
nation. I say that is the main.
anyone's fault but
So come let us work hand in hand.
the negligence of those involved.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
And how much longer are we, the people, supposed to tolerate these things? And I want to be clear, this is not... This is not a political thing, people. These are stories we have been hearing for umpteen years, no matter who's in charge.
This also goes for every Trinbagonian.
It feels like this is one of the things that we just simply cannot get right.
Now is the time to come home and do something. Instead of staying out there and freezing.
I truly want, and I want
More than ever.
the Francois family
Show
to have their answers.
tolerance and production
And I appreciate the quick response
to build
from the Ministry of Health.
strong and better nation. I say
But I certainly hope that this story does not go
foundation.
brushed under the carpet.
Come let us work hand in hand. Because this is
We have too many of those.
come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation.
This is a child barely begun to live. On his holiday vacation, probably looking forward to going back to school, be with his friends. No, that's never going to happen. I want to hear from you guys. What is it with our health system that these stories continue to happen? For 342-0081 466-5391. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, Ashim the Dream.
Hey, brother Trev, how you doing?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to you, DJ Andy, where you might be, and to Trinidad and Tobago as a whole. Very sensitive topic here. I will be brief, but I want to ask first and foremost, you want to hear my honest feedback?
Yeah, we here for honesty. We don't hold back here, you know.
Yeah, this is an honest platform. The main reason why I appreciate it, as you said, and as many persons may know, this is not the first time we would have heard a situation like this, and not just in the health sector. We talk about national security. We hear the same types of issues every day, and we just kind of get the same feedback, looking into it, not sure, and then a couple days later, as you say, it might get brushed under the carpet. It's just a brand new issue over there in another sector, and another brand new issue over there in another sector. So my honest feedback is, first and foremost, condolences to the family, right? But to the systems we have in place, we definitely need to ask those questions and get answers. And persons who are accountable, culpable, negligent, need to make amends. That is just the truth, you know. And then we could say we and us, but it starts with you as a citizen, as a person. How are you contributing? What are you accepting? What are you allowing? What do you stand for? So I will close till others come in, but I as a person also, I can't allow things to be depression, you know, because you hear stories and it's sad, and then it could lead to you as a person limiting your aspirations and desires, limiting your goals.
Right.
It could take a toll on your mental and your spiritual health. So we can't allow that. Yeah, we can't allow that, and we need to figure out what we stand in for as people. Great program, great forum, and keep up the great work, asking the real questions.
All right, thank you, Brother Trev.
Yeah,
yeah, front of the class with that one. We do have to ask these questions, guys. We see it all over, right? Lackluster and mediocre performances.
Now the election back and I'll die.
And it is a irritating inconvenience in some cases, but it is a detrimental crisis in others. And in the healthcare system, we can't afford to be mediocre. You're dealing with people's lives. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon,
I
Danny.
listen to your program. I listen to the interview Ian Allen do with the child mother and the child father. Now, people mistake a virus very slightly. A virus is a very serious thing. Right. The mother saying the child was a healthy child. The father saying the child was a healthy child. The child just had a dry cough. If the child is a healthy child, the child will not have a dry cough and will not reach the hospital. Now, a dry cough is a very serious thing. My brother did son there with that in 2 days and 2 nights. Now, a dry cough, the lungs get infected faster. But if the cough is not a dry cough, right? The doctor told the father, that's what the father said, the child had a lung infection. And that the mother said was trying to carry up the child oxygen to 100. That child was so bad. The child was talking, yes, the child was talking, nobody said no, but that child was sick bad. Oxygen is alive, and the oxygen is going up. And the child has a lung infection. So doctors may be trying with drips and maybe antibiotics and things to see if that could help. That would be a serious thing. My brother son there in 2 days and 2 nights. Now that dry cough, more dangerous than the virus with the cough and spitting, because that is a dry cough. So John Paul brother there did that in 2 days and 2 nights. Because if you have a low immune and you get a dry cough and your lungs infected, you could begin an attack of pneumonia. And pneumonia is that thing, any virus could give you pneumonia. And a day and a day and a night. So the dry cough and the child oxygen was low. And the child lungs was infected. So the child may be going to get a attack of pneumonia. And likely that is it. That happened to my brother, a big boy. A big boy. If the child, and the child was healthy, the child was healthy. But if the child was healthy, how the child reached the hospital, how the child diagnosed with dry cough. The child diagnosed with low oxygen. The diagnosis was lungs infection. A lungs infection killing you very fast. Thank you, son.
All right, thank you, Granny. Yeah, and they did explain all of that in the live that we tested his oxygen levels, the dry cough. Obviously, there's bad flu. There's been uptake in flus and infections going around, right? And when I say healthy, I mean the child had no previous ailments. Say he had a medical history of being in the hospital, right? And
now is the time to come home and do
the real kicker here is really that there was just a serious lack of communication in the severity of what was going on. While the parents believe that everything is being treated properly, because like the father said, he trusted what the nurses were telling him. And all while in doing that, they end up losing a child. And at the end of the day, that's not right. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. This is DJ Dream.
Yeah. Well, not a DJ,
but DJ Dream, the healthcare system in this country real bad, boy.
I can't understand it, sir. I really can't.
So when the PNN government was telling me healthcare system is free.
KFC.
This is free.
KFC.
You sleep when one line up. You sleep when line up. KFC.
I'm not doing that with you today. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that with you today. Call back when you have something to contribute other than those 3 letters, please. I'm not doing it with you today. Because no matter who is in charge, all I hear is horror stories out of the healthcare system. Be it from up in the mountain, the general hospitals, wherever. Regardless of who in charge. I'm not doing that one with you today at all. Sorry. Because the health ministries have come, ministries have gone. They have changed hands, they have changed people in charge. And this continues to happen. Lack of transparency, lack of communication. Death under strange circumstances. You can't sit there and tell me it's a political thing. It has to go deeper than that. To where people literally are afraid to go to hospitals in this country. That doesn't tell you something. To even people literally have to take days off of their work if they know they have to go and be treated at the hospital, and if they're using the public health system. It is we have a friend here on the council. He leaves home in the morning whenever he has a doctor's appointment at a certain institute in this country. He has to leave in the morning. And all when we are on the council, they are still waiting to be treated or waiting to be seen by a doctor. Whether the clinic is open, whether it is not open.
In short, this is what I have to say.
It is a muddled mess and lack of organization.
Forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to.
Imagine I have a family member.
Because now, more than ever, we must show.
Had a very terrible episode
Tolerance.
or a health crisis. I won't go into details.
To build.
I had a health crisis earlier this year.
I say,
was being treated in one hospital, and they did all they can, and they had to transfer her. If they were going to do any further treatment and make sure she got better, she would have had to be transported to the general hospital, only to be told that they cannot because there is a lack of beds. A lack of beds in one of the main hospitals in the country. And so someone cannot be moved there because there will be no place to put them. And so if not for the assistance of friends,
Success is working hard for our country.
getting them into a private hospital to help them get better, what would have happened? It would just been left up in the air. A coin flip. And we sit here and accept that that is right.
Discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation.
I need to understand. I need to understand why this is what we accept as the norm.
Let's build a nation together.
Why do we not stand up more for proper health in this place? I have seen neighborhoods burn tires because they blocked off a highway route, and that blocked off their shortcut to commute home, and so they set tires ablaze on the highway in protest.
Things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell.
Where is that same attitude for the healthcare system?
Cause you know as well as I do, the only way.
Tell me.
Is putting more.
Because if there are people out there who are fighting, and I am absolutely positive that there are. Please inform us here at the council.
And production.
Because they for sure deserve their flowers.
A strong and better nation.
Fighting for more competence.
That is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand.
I know there are people out there thinking right now, yeah, that's why I just only go private.
Come my brother, come my sister.
Or if I've heard some people tell me, if I sick, just leave me to dead. Yes, don't take me to no hospital here. People would rather leave their health to fate than go to an institution that is supposed to be there to help them, just because they never know. And that bothers me. I don't know if it doesn't bother you, but it surely bothers me.
For every Trinbagonian who going to live in foreign land. Now is the
I know, like, for the most part, I think most of the treatments that we get are free. But if it is free,
more than ever,
and the system and the organization
discipline,
is trash,
and production to build
might as well burn a hole in my wallet
a better nation.
to make sure that I'm good.
I say
I don't know.
the main foundation.
Not a message here.
Come let us work hand in hand.
Dr. Dream, I must address your bias. Politics, affect every aspect of our lives, from the food we eat to the water we drink. To say that we should not discuss politics is disrespectful. That is fair. Where I'm coming from is that regardless of who is in charge, neither of them seem to be getting the health system right. That is where I am coming from. Because you are right. Politics do affect particularly the healthcare system, because of course there's a Ministry of Health. But you mean to tell me I've seen or been here long enough to see more than one administration handling the healthcare system in this country. And under both or under multiple administrations, I have not seen it improve very much. And that's not a problem. The problem has to be running deeper than that. It has to. Because if they were doing a good job, if we saw some level of improvement, we wouldn't be having this conversation today. And there are those in the system, obviously, who go there with the full intention of doing their job, doing what is supposed to be their passion, and sometimes they are not even able to work to the best of their abilities because of the lack of resources available to them, the lack of funding, and so that trickles down into our healthcare system seeming like a joke. And so when we have a international boat that pulls in, that travels to different countries to offer health services for free, we have, according to Mr. Lahakata, a Vibes Cartel-sized crowd heading down to the docks to receive care because they'd rather take their chances with people with a floating hospital than their own local healthcare system. And that is okay. Hello, good afternoon.
King.
Yeah, hello.
King?
How are you doing?
I believe that's just an isolated incident. I believe I had healthcare in the hospital one time, and if it wasn't on the ball, I would have been long gone. So I believe that's just an isolated incident. You understand? I would not blame the health professionals for that. I haven't seen the video, but I believe it's just an isolated incident. And many of my children were housed at the hospital at one time in their life, and right now they're all over 35 and going good. You understand? So, you know, I won't bash the health center until there's a final report on it, right? You.
All right. Thanks for your contribution. And that is fair. Obviously, not everybody has the same experiences. And I'm not bashing any one health institution. Definitely not. Especially not when we don't have the full facts in front of us. And for sure, this is an isolated incident. However, it's not the first. And it feels like it happens a little too often, especially in a place as small as this. Because I'm sure last year, I believe we had a similar isolated incident where a family lost a child. Sorry, if you were still talking, I'd lowered the volume. If you still had something to contribute, please call back. Right, so guys, if this was something that happened, if this was like a one-off, that probably didn't happen. Like if this was like a once in a 3-4 year incident, we could definitely sit here and say, yeah, this is extremely unfortunate. But of course, we still want answers. But I feel like these things happen a little too often for a country as small as this. Good afternoon.
Hey, Brother Dream. Real quick. I heard the last caller say this is a one-off incident. I would agree with him in terms of we need to wait to get the official report. That's objective procedure.
Right.
My memory not serving me to know how many instances like this may have occurred. Instances of under service in our sectors. It seems as though it's becoming a responsibility for us to keep a track of all of us. It comes like each of us are individual prime ministers in a sense, and that's too much. But for the most part, I mean, we do our part. You know, we go to school, we go to work, we contribute, we give our collections towards public service. So if we have not been getting public service in all these sectors, then something wrong there. You know, we doing our part.
Right.
So that's my contribution.
All right. Thanks for your contribution.
This also goes for every drink begonian
Let's see if I can get an actual number here
in a foreign land.
of similar situations like this happening. I'm sure some of y'all recall
Instead of staying and freezing. Because now
that one story where a doctor,
discipline
while delivering a baby,
and
removed his head.
to build a strong and better
Y'all remember that story? I do. That one was on the airwaves for quite a while.
foundation. So come let us hand in hand. Because
Right, so these are not just one-offs, because that definitely happened within the last decade.
build a nation.
And there have been more stories since that one. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Lauketa again.
Hey, Mr. Lauketo.
I don't know where these people live with this little boy, where he lives. But you know, we have a phenomenon here, that's Sahara dust. And a lot of people coughing, I and all. I don't really cough too much, but if I expose myself too much, you know, that could cause an impact upon people's health. Besides what my observation of the malnutrition for the past 8, 9, or 10 years affecting people's health. Because people not eating what should, or proper meals and balanced meals, as we say. So we have to look at that. We have to look at the impact of the Sahara dust, because all the here in the weather news is that we have in Sahara dust, but nobody giving a proper direction on what should be done, right, to protect, especially the young and the old, which are the most vulnerable groups in the society as far as that Sahara dust is concerned. We have to look at it, right, and do something, because I have been living here, but where I live here for 41 years, and I have never experienced Sahara dust like between last year and this year where I'm living here. And it's very uncomfortable. So here, I have Sahara dust. When I go out, I have to deal with our health workers in uniform. And before I leave, I want a proper, I already read out something, I want to communicate so that people are noticed in at least 2 or 3 of the newspapers, daily newspapers, and even on the TV and the radio, that the nurses is all right, it has been lifted, right? Because thinking about it, that could be a directive from since this government was in power before, you know, this is about 10 years ago, you know, thing, but time passing so fast, where there was this directive, there was not a regulation, there was a directive asking people, workers, right, or health workers who uniform, to after work, working hours, you place, you secure your uniform in a cupboard or something, or you place it in your car and you go out of your business with it.
Yeah, you had heard my findings on that earlier, right?
But I heard reading something, but I want an official communique. I don't know where you mentioned something about England or the UK. I remember that.
Yeah, that it is discouraged for them to wear that attire out in public. But there's leeway given to, you know, people, you know, traveling to work and things like that. But there's no such, at least from what I've seen, no such mandate that they are supposed to change into civilian clothing.
No. What I heard 1 years ago was that they were supposed to secure their uniform and do not go to public uniform then. And so if you go to the supermarket, you cannot go in a supermarket, you cannot travel by public transportation. Means if you want to go with your car uniform, no problem, go. You and your family in your car, you alone. Right? But it's in terms of public gatherings, or where members of the public gather, right? I want to see something written, a communique, a notice in the daily press or whatever, that it is okay or not okay for workers, uniform workers in the Ministry of Health, those who work in hospitals, wherever, right? That they put away their uniform when their shift finish. And they do not assemble or go to the public thoroughfares and things with uniform on. If they want to drive, for me, you're driving your car, that's your business. Go out your business in your car, me have no problem with that. But not where I have to go in a public like a supermarket. I am not sure, so I have to be dodging and weaving, and it's a fact. So the point I'm trying to close with now is when I'm home, I have to dodge and weave from the Sahara dust. And when I go out, I have to dodge and weave from our health workers in uniform. So, I mean, what kind of life is that? So all I'm asking, if it's okay, me, I have no problem. I will never complain if I get communique, it's okay. I just want our official communique. That's all I am stating.
All right.
Okay, brother.
All right, sir.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build.
Right, so put some numbers here.
And on what to progress.
With regards to the comment of it being an isolated incident, not as isolated as one might think. I've now seen the I remembered specifically that there had been a cluster of like neonatal deaths from like suspected bacterial infections at one of our hospitals here, and that was just last year. Between February and April, and the total of those deaths numbered 11 deaths of neonatal, so babies that weren't even born yet. That is crazy. In another institute, multiple babies' deaths in that same time.
So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell
a newborn in another institution.
Cause you know as well as I
that died after a Pseudomonas infection while warded in another institution. A 4-year-old dying while under care.
Discipline, tolerance, and production.
And mind you, these are all incidents that have happened within the last 2 years, 2024, 2025. So that is nearly a total of 20 different incidents.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build
in the space of 2 years in our health system. That's not normal, guys. Especially not in a country as small as this. That is insane. It has to be something deeper, and we need to find out what it is.
This also goes.
We can sit here and talk the politics of it all day long.
Who going to live it?
It doesn't change the fact that every time someone is in charge, someone new is in charge.
Now is the time to come home and do something.
The resources are never enough.
Instead,
funding is never enough. You go to the general hospitals and you see people there.
More than ever, we must show.
Sickly, just waiting.
Tolerance.
They look like slaves in a boat.
To build.
That's what it looks like sometimes. When you go to public hospitals and see people. I'm sorry to make it sound so bleak. That's what it looks and feels like. And then sometimes the workers don't even look like they want to be there. Like it's just another day for them and they're just trying to get through their shift. And you feel the same energy in every kind of system in this place. We talked earlier this week, somebody shared a story trying to pay a light bill and the line was around the corner of the building and only one cashier available. Then they had to go to the front and buff them and speak to the supervisor and ask what's going on here. Literally looking as if people in the back enjoying a lime when they're supposed to be working and helping people. And literally waiting for the last hour of the workday to actually look like they're doing something. So take the irritating inconvenience of something like that, and now apply it to your own health or the health of someone that you love. Whether it be the lack of resources or the negligence of the people on shift that day. And someone close to you, someone you love, family member, friend, spouse, ends up dying in the process, and you are left with no answers or very little answers, but not even a justified excuse. Because like the parents said, if this was something that had been communicated to them, perhaps they would be able to understand a little better. But there are no answers. And no proper communication to say that, hey, this is more serious than we are making it out to be. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. Turn down the radio a little bit, please.
Yeah. You know, I want to know. Yeah, after I'm 77 years old.
Sorry, repeat that.
Huh?
Repeat that for us,
I am 77 years of age.
Nice, very nice.
And let me say something to you. There was never a time or administration or can change this. If you go to TNTech to pay a bill, you have the same problem. You go to WASA, you have the same problem. It is not people from the moon that working in there. The people, normal people from Trinidad and Tobago. If you actual people, some of them do not want to work. They come there and they go in the back there, they talk, they clean their fingernail, they sharpen it out, and they, for instance, let me share something. I went to the hospital some time ago, about 4 or 5 days ago in St. James.
Right.
And I was supposed to get 60 tablets. When my brother went to the place, we call that place to get the tablets.
The pharmacy?
I saw the man came out with 2 packs of tablets. 1 pack has 30. I saw him with 2 packs inside. When he reached my brother, he had my brother 1. I tell him, my brother said, well, the prescription is 60 because it's 2 a day for the month. He tell me, brother, well, you could come back anytime next time. When brother started make noise and quarrel and things and say, I say, but I see him, you know, that fellow take it out of my pocket and say, okay, don't make too much noise. So you see, the people, sometimes we blame the government, the people in the infirmary, in the places that do these things, you know. If the people there do these things, we blame the government. You go to pay a bill by WASA, then you sit down there to sit down tunnel and things. You go by TNTech, same thing. It is not people from the moon that's doing this job here. But also, I would like to say, we have the same kind of problem in Brooklyn, in Kings County Hospital.
Oh, you're in
I went there and sit down. Let me say, and sit down on the ground whole night until morning. So my daughter got a cut on her finger. So it's not Trinidad alone. But what happened in Trinidad, nobody don't lose their job. Where there's plenty poor people, you'll find that kind of thing in a hospital. There's no difference. You have to go and take your number, sit down and wait until if you're not an urgent patient, they see about the urgent people first. That's all over the world. So we have a problem here with nobody losing the job. And then the nurse and give talk, the people in the post office give talk, and all kind of things. Nobody losing the job, you know. But in America, they're doing the job, but it's plenty people. Because they know they lose the job forthwith. And we need some people to lose their jobs here. And that's the problem. I don't want people to lose the job, you know. But if they don't want to work, come off the compound. That's why I say, me, I watching the L77 years, and I know I could see what was going on all the time. If people don't want to work, don't want to work.
Wow.
And that's what I have to say for you, my brother. Enjoy the rest, Paul. Have a nice day. Give somebody something, say nothing about it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your contribution, member. Things to think about. And that's what I'm saying, guys. It can't just be a political thing. It's the people on the ground, as one of our members likes to say. Sometimes it's them and the incompetence of the individuals in the institutions themselves that lead to these tragedies. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, the Dream, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Dream, I understand the last caller and his sentiments, but to take out responsibility or blame reaching as high up as the government, at this stage, that is a factor that you must factor in. Because the Dream, when we paying people to supervise and to manage, right, it means that along the course of the way, if persons are not operating in a certain manner, then their instruments are available to the supervisors and managers to use against these persons, whether it's warnings, and after several warnings, it might be termination or whatever it is, right? We are paying persons to manage and supervise. And if it has become the norm or what we are accustomed to in Trinidad in terms of this poor customer service when we go to many places. Isn't some blame has to go up the chain and not just for the workers only? Because the workers could be continue.
I say I do relent that on some level, yes, but
of course,
but my thing is that it's multiple administrations. No matter who's in charge, it doesn't seem to change.
Yes, and you're making my point, which means that we do not have a functioning management or supervisory team in place because it has become the norm that workers just do what they want and there is no consequence for their action. It appears that nobody is supervising them or nobody is managing them, but yet still we are paying persons to supervise and to manage. And as you rightfully say, it's across administrations, it's not no one-off thing, right? So the problem is greater than just the workers.
Right.
The blame has to go up the chain of command because if it was just the workers only and the supervisory was on point or the management was on point, then they would have been able to pick up on the workers who are falling short and treat with them with what is available to them to treat with workers who operate in that manner. But because of supervisors and managers just collecting money under false pretense, it has become the norm.
Chris, I had to cut you off. I had to cut you off, unfortunately, because we gotta go pay some bills.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
man.
Sorry about that. Yeah, guys. All right, so we got some bills to pay here, guys. We will come back. I had the green light to start playing music at 2, but I know people definitely still have some comments to make, so we will get to those before we get into the vibes, okay?
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah.
So we're back to it on the Street Council, Street 919 FM. Before we get back into it, just want to wish Larissa a very, very, very happy birthday. I hope you're enjoying it, whatever you're doing, wherever you are.
Remember, the key to success is
maybe as bright and beautiful as you are.
for our country.
We also say happy birthday going out to my godmother, Auntie Liz.
Forget all your differences, let we start to build.
The woman who bring me up in the church.
And onward to progress.
Hope you have a wonderful day.
Because now more than
Tiffany, pick up yourself same way too.
Tolerance and product.
Happy birthday. I see you trekking through the place.
Build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main.
Who else, boy? A couple of people. Oh gosh.
Come, let us work hand in hand. Because this is all.
Shout out to my good friend Escobar.
My brother, come, my sister, and let us build.
Feliz cumpleaños, mi amigo. And to my good friend Squishy. Very happy birthday to you. And happy anniversary too, by the way. Yes, your anniversary was earlier this week. Ain't you spoiled? Go you. Yeah. If you guys have any birthday shots, by all means, please send them here to us.
We need to see about. Surely I do have to spell
342-0081 466-5391.
You know,
and of course, you can send voice notes and WhatsApp us as well.
It's putting more.
If you feel like you don't want to call.
Because now.
And yeah.
We must show.
Before we dive into taking the music and
tolerance and production,
giving a good vibe to start the weekend off, let's just
a strong and better
kind of wrap up the conversation we've been having this afternoon.
That is the main
regarding the unfortunate death of young Joshua Francois.
Because this is our.
Matter of fact, Chris, if you still have time, you could probably call back and finish what we were talking about.
Build a nation together.
Because you were making some points that it does have to be blamed on all levels. And to that I will relent. I will relent. But it's very frustrating that no matter who is in charge, on whatever level of the system, be it the person at the top or the ones on the ground working, nothing ever seems to run as it should. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon again.
Yeah.
I was saying that blame, we had to
Hello? You get cut off? Oh Lord. Oh Lord, he has been cut. Why? Why? Phone service is the next thing in this country. Should be considered a crime, by the way. Oh, if y'all want to drop what should be considered a crime, by all means, do that as well, yes? Oh, God. Let me see. Hello?
Yeah, did you hear me?
Yeah, you got cut off there. I'm not sure what happened, but go ahead. Oh, gosh. What is going on? Chris, Try calling the next phone, sir. I think you should try calling the other line. See if that doesn't help. Try taking this next call here. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we have to understand why we are placing the blame where we want to place it. You see, because when policies are introduced, once it's working, the people who introduce them, not the people who actually do the work, but people who introduce them, just want the props and the praises, right? So when things are not working in a certain manner, it's obvious that they will have to accept some sort of blame and responsibility, because if things are not working and functioning in a certain way, then they have the power to intervene and try to make tweaks to the system. Void of that, if we are not seeing any tweaks being made to the issues that we face, whether it's cashers closing up at 12, whether it's people there and the most of them not really engaging in work, but in on their phone or doing whatever else that really is not what they're being paid for, then the supervisor and the manager is drawing money under false pretense, because that is where they have to come in to ensure that the people below them are carrying out the jobs that they ought to carry out. So it's one thing if it's a one-off incident, we could blame the worker and these kind of things, but when the worker is allowed to carry out the activities that frustrate the public and don't facilitate the work that has to be done, it's obvious then the supervisor and the managers have a responsibility to come and deal with the issue. Failure to do so is obvious you have to accept some blame, because that is what we are paying you for, to ensure that things are running in a certain way. And at this time in 2025, if we haven't seen any interjection by the people who manage in certain places where cashers is closing up at 12, if that is the case, then put people, you cash for half day, and when you leave, somebody else comes and take over. There is no need to close off that service for an entire hour. Dream, that was basically my sentiment. But I'm saying, yes, we have plenty public servants who really need to get their act together, but we also have a lot of managers and supervisors who too need to get their act together. And once they have their act together, they will be able to treat with the shortcomings of whoever public servant, whether it's punctuality is the problem, whether it's you're on the phone too much. They will be able to treat with it. I'll look for it.
All right. Thanks very much.
So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Truly is something that needs to be addressed on all levels. Yeah, absolutely right. Hello.
Yeah, did you hear me calling,
Yeah, nah, I decided to reach out to you direct, so let me go. Hopefully we won't get no disconnect here.
Well, that was me who called you just now on the line, like you call your voice.
Hey, boy. Oh, that was the next line?
Yeah.
Word. All right.
For our country.
Oh, gosh. That's LA there.
Let all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will.
Phone lining right now.
Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline,
right,
and production.
Yes, hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Laukata again.
I
just want to thank Wasa. You know, when my first contribution.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was comparing water. You know, water coming by me now. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm happy. So at least somebody in Wassa.
You complain.
Right? Unless it's divine intervention, somebody in Wassa listening to the program. Right? Now, I want to mention something. Like I was here in the prisons commissioner went on leave. I think he has 3 or more months vacation leave accumulated. That's a normal thing. That's no big issue. Once there is under terms and conditions, as a government worker, monthly paid, you can accumulate 2 years, and then the 3rd year you have to go unless you get special permission to stay, right? Under what they call exigencies of the service, right? So, but there's nothing wrong accumulating 2 years, but in the 3rd year you're supposed to go unless you have written permission based on exigencies or whatever service wherever area you're working in. The other thing, we spoke about this cashing thing, and I mentioned that in one of the earlier shows when you started, that in case of one cashier, because lunchtime, official lunchtime in the public service is 11 to 12 or 12 to 1. So if there is one cashier, whoever is the head of the division or department, they can ask, or you can ask a permanent clerk one to perform for that 1 hour the duties of a cashier. And of course, there's a special compensation for that. Right? So in other words, somebody will be able to collect cash, during the official lunch hour. But most people apparently, they either they do not know, because we have a public servant who do not know. Right? And but all these are things that was factored in. So you will have continuous productivity,
Right.
Yeah. So thanks, and don't forget my tune.
You are the first in the lineup, so don't even worry about it. Just keep it locked.
Yeah, man, that's from the master himself, man. Yeah.
I have it right here. Lance, right?
Lance Linear. You think it's off?
Yeah,
yep. Okay, good.
Have a
good weekend. Yeah.
All right, you too, Mr. Locketa.
Right.
Because now, more than ever, we must show.
Yeah, that whole lunch thing, people breaking for lunch, cash register closed
a strong and better nation
in 2025. I want to see it come to an end.
That is the main
This is not brain science. It is not rocket surgery.
hand in hand, because this is our land.
Designate 2 hours for lunch,
Sister,
and set appropriate lunch hours.
together.
1 week, a group of people will be on the 11 to 12 lunch shift, and then in the next week they will be on a 12 to 1 lunch shift, and you interchange so that everybody has, equal time on opportunity or whatever. We should not in 2025 be having any institute, the health, WASA, TN Tech, food establishments, licensing, wherever. We should not be living anywhere, or we should not be able to go anywhere in this country and see here the cash register closed for lunch. Someone should always be available to work. And then people are hungry looking for a work anyway. So you mean to tell me we short-handed on work? Nah. Good afternoon.
Yes. One love.
One love.
You were on the topic of them public servants. I suggest you listen and tell the book or something, because we really get trouble with them coming to lunchtime and things. It's like the politician names and the eyelash and the phone. I focus something. If like 6 of them in our office, right, by the cash, right? Like in a bank. And lunchtime is 12 o'clock. 6 of them are go lunch for lunch 12 o'clock. I find
make it make sense.
She should go for lunch 10. Because it takes 2 hours. You know what I mean? She should go and
so you send him to lunch for 10, but he just reached to work for 8 and you send him to lunch at 10?
Yeah.
You send him to lunch at 10, but they just reached to work for 8 o'clock.
But then not 3 going. So you always go at 3 working. So by the time lunchtime, instead of 6 of them are to go, you go at 3 days still. Because
right.
3 are to come back. But even if 11 then.
Right.
So we will not be shifting and shifting around. We go always have customer service what they have.
Correct.
Instead of people are going and wait for them and suffer in line up long. It'll be well started, you know.
It does. It very much does.
But let me see, this government got to do much better than the past government. Where public service, confidence in customer services. It's really brutal. And the ignorance of them,
later. We shall see if they change the narrative. I am optimistic and hopeful that they do.
In short,
I truly am.
I have to say.
But I do want to see
Fights and grudges and
harsher repercussions and consequences, especially when it comes to negligence in our systems that affect our lives directly. Well, sir, all year, like he been holding, he's come down from the mountains to grace us with his presence. We give him the proper introduction that he is due. So he comes and blesses the council properly for the first time in I don't know how long. Mr. President, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Dr. Dream. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. You're really right. For a little while, I ain't come out, and it's because I'm doing some hard work and can't be around at sometimes.
All right, we were starting to get worried, sir.
I just really calling in to let you know, well, as it is that I hear you making the announcement one time too. Yeah, so I'm fixing that whole thing there, so it's a kind of off duty.
Okay.
I know. Every now and then when I get a chance, I go jump in. But you know, when you're doing your thing, you'll be a little more busy than.
Yeah. We completely understand. But we're glad to know you're in good health. We were starting to get worried.
Bless up. I am following the topic. I just jump in to tell you hello.
All right, no problem. We appreciate it.
Take care until a moment again.
All right, thank you. Yes, man. All right. See, that's why I like our members, you know. We treat each other like family around here. Families dispute every now and again, but, you know, we get back on track regardless. And KFC, you know, it's a love. Regardless, okay?
Because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation.
I know you'll call back regardless anyway. It's a family around here. Alright? Yeah, guys, we're gonna turn things over to the music vibes at the bottom of this hour, so 2:30. So just to get our any residual calls left in. Let's get that done. And I have a request to start it out with. So, because I want to hear his father of rap, so Mr. Lancelot. So we shall start off with that and take it from there.
You know as well.
And I know the kind of audience we have here as members, so I will try to keep the thing sweet for all, yeah. Right?
Because now more than
Anderson sends his regrets for not being able to attend.
Discipline, tolerance,
vehicular troubles have held him back this afternoon.
A strong and better nation.
Of course, we rather have him arrive alive than you know.
So come let us.
Hello. Like all the faces coming out this afternoon. Good afternoon. I am good, sir. How are you?
I good. I just like, you see, after when I called you yesterday, I come like president. Good afternoon, president, everybody. Likewise, besides working, has some work and then doing home this, so, you know. I hear a snippet, hear something, but everything good. So it's nice to hear Dream. Understand wherever you are, come out. And don't worry yourself. Even when they don't work out properly, when I get this out of the way, things will be almost settled. I know I've been saying that. But don't worry, even Mike and all waiting for me.
Right.
So don't worry. But other than that, everything is nice to hear. Everybody going good. Enjoy all the weekend.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the music. We're eagerly waiting for your music. If you're taking requests, you can put in one of Sparrow Classic Maragin. If you can slip in that.
Marriage in. All right. I'll work on that for you.
No problem. No problem. And I would just say one thing. I mean, my mom, she passed away. I'll say this quickly. She was a nurse. But she was back in the 80s. She retired in the 80s. But what I'm saying is that the health sector, I can speak from what mom used to say. And even that time I was gone. They have always had its challenges. But at the end of the day, now, I don't know of the situation you speak of. But I know probably it will be viral.
Right.
But it is true. I agree with a lot of the individuals across the world. You need to be able to speak to people. You need what's the word? I the decorum, I the respect, I the way you deal with people. You cannot, not because we are paying, services technically not free because we are still paying our taxes.
True.
To get those services rendered to us.
Very true.
Because we had a situation with a neighbor over the weekend ago, and I still went up in the police service. I mean the police station in Santa Cruz. I still waiting for the police to come. Look at it.
Wow.
But I mean, it didn't reach physical.
Right.
But I'm still waiting because we just, as even everyone say, the people have stepped up, but they apologized. But we initially said, look, let's just take a certain precautionary measure, because we explained to them what we were doing. Because yes, everybody will be hamburged, but we think they start to carry on. But we took. But the point about it, we're still waiting. But at the end of the day, we are paying for our service. That is what. And if you want to carry that further, we voted for that. So to me, those in charge, you're supposed to find a way to make sure the system, you might even give us 100%, or at least give us 75%.
I'm sure if we receive 75%, we be doing just fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it is across the board because I mean, when I had to carry my wife in the hospital a year and a half ago, not knowing she was diabetic. I mean, she did got the pill. I stayed a little long with her. We spent about a half night. I came after 2 in the morning. But she did get good care and good attention.
Right.
So it swings. It goes both ways. But still, they need to speak the way and treat us in a certain manner.
Yeah.
Because that is why something you hear they were carrying on. So, but other than that, nice, everything good. So. Locked on, listening, waiting for the music, and everybody. Right now, our passing Charlieville coming down, nice, hot, brilliant sun. So you all be safe on the road.
All right.
Take them a time. So locked on and listen, and keep up the good work, Dream, as well as Anderson, wherever you are, and the balance of the 91.9 crew.
All right.
You all be safe. Have a good day.
For sure. Yeah, big up to the sky, man. Yeah. Definitely in that, we definitely need that communication. You see that same communication that we have when we are not in places of employment, having to deal with customers or having to deal with the staff of an establishment. You see that rock back and instantly making friends when we knock in a stag, or we out at a party, or we at a wedding function, or even when we in the line waiting for food. And somebody crack a joke and suddenly everybody can get in on the conversation. And even though it's just a brief conversation, they might even walk away making a friend. One can't transfer that into our customer service, right? We seem to get along just fine when work is not involved.
Because now more than ever we must.
Like I tell y'all, Trinbagonians are some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet.
And production.
The hospitality is unmatched, the food unmatched, everything, all that good stuff that we like to say when we bragging about the nation, right? When we say we're proud to be Trinbagonian. And then we apply that same energy into the people that walk. And I think we do just fine.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build.
I know it's hard to wake up some days and call yourself to a place of employment, work a 9 to 5 to hold a little dust at the end of the month. Life does life, guys. To take an ounce of the good energy that we have when we outside of work, just put it in there. I think we do a little better, at least interact with each other a little better, communicate better, and I think things might move a little smoother, you know what I mean?
What country we must have regard.
And I want to end it there on that positive note.
All your differences, let we start to build.
And our thoughts and prayers, our hearts go out here from the Street 919 to the family of Joshua Francois. And we truly hope that
to build a strong and better
you get the closure that you so rightly deserve. And guys, as we get ready to go into another weekend,
because this is our land, come my brother,
spare a thought sometimes
and let us build
for your fellow man.
together.
It seems easier said than done in the society we live in right now. But please think of others as you go about your weekend, and try to find the light in the society that we live in. Like I told y'all a couple days ago when Jamaica celebrates its independence, and I mentioned how, in my personal opinion, I believe Jamaicans are the most proud group of West Indians, because no matter what goes on in their country, whether it's crime, politics, whatever,
It's putting more effort.
that they never let that dampen their love of country. And I think we could take a page out of their book in that regard.
And production.
Because this is a sweet place.
A strong and better.
It's hard to see sometimes with all the mess that's going on.
That is the main.
When you peel back those messy layers,
So come let
it's
us,
a wonderful place to be.
because this is our land. Come my
You could never make me
sister, and let us build a nation.
hate Trinidad and Tobago. Never. I'll die on that hill for sure. So just things to think about. But guys, if you're streaming on the YouTube, I invite you to head over to the website. We're going to lock up the streaming on YouTube, as we don't want to get slapped by the YouTube police. And we're going to take in some of those vibes to get you nice and right for the weekend, okay?
This also goes for every Trinbagonian.
So you guys get ready to turn up your radios. If you have anybody you want to shout out, wish a happy birthday, happy anniversary, or just wish to send a good word out into the universe for the weekend, you know what to do. It's 342-0081, 466-5391.
More than ever, we must show.
And the council is adjourned.
Tolerance.
Let the office party begin now.
To build a strong and better nation.